I'm Aaron Baker from PhoneDog.com, and with the Moto X 30-day challenge over, you knew I was going to start another challenge. You know me pretty well. You watch me on the internet, and there is another challenge that I'm about to start. It's the 30-day challenge with the LG G2 on AT&T, or at least this is the unlocked device. It'll be available very soon on AT&T. It's day one. Let's get started on this 30-day challenge. Knock, knock. Who's there? It's the LG G2 30-day challenge on PhoneDog.com. I'm putting this phone through its paces and through the test to see how it compares in comparison to the recently announced Samsung Galaxy Note 3, the Galaxy S4, the HTC One, the Moto X. The litany of high-end devices is just going to get crazier and crazier as we go into the holiday shopping season, and that's why I'm putting this to the test to see how it compares. LG hasn't had a smartphone, or a phone for that matter, on 4 nationwide carriers in a long time. This device is hitting all 4, AT&T, Sprint, Verizon, and T-Mobile, and it's unique in a lot of different ways. It's got a 13-megapixel camera with an optical image stabilizer. It's got the power and the volume buttons on the back, making it really unique, and on top of it, some software value adds like the double tap to access the screen and unlock from there. Cool little features like that may make this device awesome, but there may be some shortcomings. I'm going to answer it all over 30 days, and in the meantime, I'm going to want to hear from you as to what you want to see covered in the 30-day challenge. I'm on Twitter at PhoneDog_Aaron. I'm on Facebook at Facebook.com/HiAaronBaker. Let me know what subjects you'd like to see covered in the 30-day challenge. Right now, I'm pretty excited to get started with this device. 5.2-inch display. I'll tell you a couple of first impressions I've had with it. The 5.2-inch display is big, but not too big. It's still got that form factor that's very similar to the HTC One and the Galaxy S4. And I've talked previously in videos. You know that my favorite screen size is right about 5 inches. And the smartphone. 5.2, a little bit bigger, but nothing too crazy, and combined with the thinness and the fact that the display stretches from edge to edge, or pretty close to edge, as you can see on this device, it's not making for a huge experience in the hand. I can see, for example, travel's pretty decent from the bottom here. I can access this pretty comfortably with one hand, but beyond that, it might be a little bit too big if you get them to 5.5 or 5.7. So still, even though it's a little bit bigger than 5, and I've talked about 5 being perfect for me, I'm excited to test 5.2 and see, hey, is it too big, is it too small? And there are a lot of software features here that I'm really excited about trying as well. We'll jump right in so we can take a look at those. I'll go into apps, I'll go to settings, and you can see, of course, the tab settings here. I'm excited to go in here to sound and display and check out some things like the lock screen on Android 4.2.2 on LG's side. Things like this. I'll go ahead and unlock or lock it up and unlock so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Scroll to the side if I want you to add widgets, just the implementation of that. I'm really excited to put the camera to the test as well here on this device to see how the 13-megapixel shooter holds up to other high-end smartphones on the market. Really looking forward to that and see how that optical image stabilizer works and that technology performs. And not only that, but the editing options inside of the camera. I'm a real big fan of things like this. We'll jump into mode here so you can see things like night mode, things like dual shot or dual camera here on the LG G2, almost said Optimus G Pro. How crazy of me. You can see me right there. And then I'll jump back out and show you some other things I'm excited about. The applications drawer is down here. This phone is incredibly fast thanks to the Snapdragon 800 CPU, and it just has a nice feel in hand. And I find that even after a couple of days of working with this device, first impressions, it really is natural to hold my finger right here and access the power button and the volume rocker really easily. Have not missed at all having the power button and the volume rocker on their respective spines. I really like it back here, and that knock feature is just pretty cool nonetheless. Keep it locked to the site for continuing coverage. The challenge begins now, my friends, and reach out to me on Twitter at PhoneDog_Aaron and let me know what you want to see covered in this 30-day challenge. One thing I will say, if you can see it right here, the screen's pretty dark. Let me turn it off. See if I can bring it up close to the camera. Did get this thing scuffed up last night. I dropped it, which is a concern for people that are hard on their phones. I'm not even hard on my phones, but you can see kind of the scuffs right there on the display. I dropped it once face down like that. It slipped out of my hand, dropped it face down, which is another thing we'll compare, is the glossiness prone to falling out of your hand or prone to slipping out of your hand. We'll see. But anyway, had issues with the screen right there just after one drop. So my concern is after 6 months and a couple of drops, the traditional cell phone lifestyle that a lot of people have, is it going to be a challenge? We'll find it all out in the LG G2 30-day challenge, and obviously when other units come in, if there's an AT&T unit that comes in, I'll swap it out for 4G LTE because right now I'm running on HSPA. Keep it locked on the site. More to come on the G2 30-day challenge. I'll see you next time.